just something you probably need to know here, the chain rule with a periodic function. So probably important to note, remind you maybe when the chain rule is used. The chain rule is used when there's a function in a function. A function in a function. Now, example, y equals cos x is like a standard function, but here instead of having cos x, we've got cos of a function, cos of 3x plus 5. This is what I mean by a function in a function, and that's how we can use our chain rule. So step 1 of our chain rule is to let the inside function, there's our inside function, equal u. So that means now that y is going to equal cos u. So step 2 is to write the chain rule, and I'm going to show you how I write this chain rule because there's a sort of a skill to it. We're going to find the derivative of y with respect to x, and we're going to do it by multiplying two things together, two fractions together, or two derivatives together really. Now I'm just going to take that dy and write it here, and I'm going to write this dx and write it down here. And so when we multiply through, if I write du here and du here, when we multiply through, we're going to have du top and bottom, and they're going to kind of cancel out. So that's how you write dy dx, and then the du's in the spaces. Alright, so from here we fill in the formula. So the derivative of y with respect to x is going to be equal to the derivative of y with respect to u. Here's y with respect to u. So the derivative of y with respect to u is going to be negative sine u. And then we multiply it by the derivative of u with respect to x. Now we already said that u is equal to 3x plus 5. So the derivative of u with respect to x is just 3. Alright, and then the last step here is to get rid of our u, or substitute back in what our u originally was. So it's negative sine, the u is 3x plus 5, and then there's a multiply by 3, but that multiplied by 3 is multiplying the whole lot by 3. And there we have it. Alright, there's our chain rule. It's really straightforward. It's a function inside a function. Substitute u for the inside function. Write out your chain rule, dy dx, du, and then fill in your formula, and you're done. Now you might be looking at that and going, I probably could have guessed that. Yeah, you probably could have. If this was 3x cubed plus 5x squared plus 7, you're going to have a lot more trouble. This is going to be a much more interesting question. So, chain rule with a periodic function, here's your steps, get used to following them.